Hello, my name is James Leach, and this is the game, entertainment video game that I chose to take a review on, Tiger Woods Golf 2013. A little bit about it, short description, summary of it. The first image you see here is basically the initial main screen, I guess, not of the video game, but when you go onto a course, the first thing you're going to do is tee off. Um, you can see the white line going from the head of the golf club around to the back side. That is your swing path. So as you move the left analog back and forth, you will see basically the golf club travel somewhat along that line. The line basically is showing a perfect swing path. Now, depending on how your thumb moves slightly left, slightly right, while on the analog, that path may slightly adjust. The ball in the lower right here is basically the golf ball on the tee. There's a little red cursor there if you can see that. That red cursor you can move around, and it basically decides where you will strike the golf ball. So this helps with creating fade or draw on the ball. In the lower left here is a circle with a red line on it. That is where you will receive feedback on your swing. So if you're exactly on the white line that goes around the body of the golfer, then your feedback will be directly on that red line. If it's slightly right, if it's slightly left, the feedback will be in that lower left-hand corner here. One last thing here in the upper right corner of the first image, you can see 7 miles per hour with the blue arrow pointing slightly down and to the right. That is the wind. That is important too to take into consideration when playing this game. It actually does come into effect and impacts the flight of your golf ball. So what I learned about this game a little bit, this game is very technical. I did not expect it to be so technical. I thought it'd be much more simple to play, but there is a lot of variation in the way that this game can be played. The left analog in the swing is very sensitive. For example, you can adjust basically how hard you swing with how fast you flick forward on the analog. So from that example, there's multiple other things like that that are very technical throughout this game. It was not easy to learn and it wasn't easy to play. The next image here I'll go over a little bit is putting. I thought this was the most complex part of this game. You can see the grid that's laid down on the putting green. If you can see the little white dots all over the putting green as well, those are constantly moving while you're playing this game. They give feedback for, is the green sloping left or right? Is it sloping downhill or is it uphill? Reading those can be very important when trying to putt on this game. Some principles. The two principles that I chose for this were practice principle and transfer principle. The two reasons, or a couple reasons that I chose these two, I thought they fit the game very well because this game is very repetitive in the sense that you're making somewhat the similar shot and using the same controls every time that you hit the ball. Yes, you may be driving, or yes, you may be chipping or putting or whatever, but it's all controlled with that left analog. And then from there you can adjust, left or right, or adjust clubs to basically put more air into the ball, take air out of the ball. So yeah, the two principles that I chose were practice principle and transfer principle. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. It was, like I said, very challenging. I believe one round took me around a half hour. One round would be 18 holes. So I played 2 rounds, a little over an hour. But yeah, I would recommend it. It's, like I said, way more complex than I initially thought it was going to be. But fun, and I'm glad that I chose it. So thank you.